Hey viewers, welcome to another game as Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are playing a Tryndamere game, and Tryndamere is here with two of his friends, Lulu and Timo, and yeah, they are on TeamSpeak together, and hopefully he did turn on the spectator mode, because I like the spectator mode on. But I guess from the little flash we saw just there, yeah, the normal replay system actually flashes through the loading screen every now and then. So yeah, no spectator mode unfortunately. And that means we're going to have to follow him around instead of being able to go all over the map. So for those of you who want to know, and you should all know, the spectator mode is a new option in LoL replay. So open your LoL replay, go to the options, top right. If you have the program open, top right, there's a little gear icon. Click on that and enable the spectator mode recordings, because yeah, that will allow me to do a whole lot more with the replays. It allows me to watch other lanes, to watch the enemy, to rewind when I want to. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. There are still a lot of bugs in it, especially it crashes a lot more than the old one, and you can't fast forward some of them, although I don't know why that is. But if you don't have the option in your LoL replay, you really need to update. So go to the League Replays website and download it there. Yeah, that's all I basically have to say about that. So for those of you who want to, or who aren't aware, the Tryndamere is the next champion on the Chaincast. So if you have games for that, please send them in. So they can be Tryndamere jungle, top lane, mid lane, AP, I don't care. If you go AP, just write it in the title, because I would find that hilarious, and I would probably pick that one over all of the others. And of course you can also send in 3v3 games, and on 3v3 Tryndamere is kind of super duper overpowered. Shaco coming in here. Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh, so Tryndamere, Shaco coming in here visible, then going invisible, so Tryndamere all the time in the world to get out. Then a flash from Blitzcrank for no reason at all, then a grab, which is fine, I guess. I mean, this is how you grab. And is he going to get out? No, he is not, I think. But he is going to get a kill. So that's a free kill. That's good. And yeah, that's excellent. So Shaco should have played that way differently, of course. Should have waited for his skills to come off cooldown, and then ran in, throw the double shift poison or whatever it's called. So throw his knife and then deceive out of there. So anyways, a 1-for-1 trade, it's not too bad, but yeah, already used both of his summoners here, which are Ghost and Cleanse. Yeah, used the Cleanse kind of unnecessarily, but Cleanse wouldn't have saved him anyway. Don't really like Cleanse, although I guess on Tryndamere it's kind of okay. But yeah, Cleanses doesn't really do a whole lot. If you go heal, that does a whole lot more. Tryndamere of course has a heal, so yeah, that makes it a lot better, but still it is yeah, it is definitely not very useful to go with Cleanse. Especially in, yeah, I don't know if this is a blind pick or draft pick, but in a draft pick you wouldn't go Cleanse versus versus Blitzcrank. And I don't think he thought he was up against someone else. So we see them just battling each other, just standing next to each other, but too much minion damage. So he has to back out, and currently we are at 2-0-1-0. Oh no, 2-1. 2-1-1-0. Because yeah, it does have this skill, but oh, no slow going down. Unfortunately, had a chance to slow the Blitzcrank, but not actually doing that. So yeah, Blitzcrank now going to try to defend his turrets, and he will manage to, well, keep it alive, but that's not really what he wants. He wants to keep it alive at high health. And yeah, Blitzcrank not the best in the early game to farm whole minion waves, so he definitely needs to just last hit, because that's what he's good at. And Shaco coming in once again, completely visible, so no problem for Tryndamere to get out of that. Obviously there is a ward here, so it shouldn't be a problem anyway. And look, he's going to camp now. No? Oh. Yeah, he is. He's going to come back, he's going to stand in his bush. Oh, or he's going to just run out and throw one knife and be gone again. So Tryndamere backing off to his turret, which is probably the best he can do. And Shaco in the bush, he's probably warding up with some, or well, creating kind of a nest of turrets there, of jack-in-the-boxes. Fortunately, they did nerf the time that they actually stay alive to 1 minute instead of 90 seconds. And once again doing a little bit of damage, but it's really not worth his time, and definitely not worth his mana. Because he doesn't have blue buff anymore, he wasted that on that tower dive. Getting first blood, but not sure if that was worth it. And come on! Yeah, nothing is going to happen. So Tryndamere wisely just staying at his turret, going to farm it up here. And Warwick back to his jungle. So Warwick has no... yeah, see, he set up some turrets or some jack-in-the-boxes. Yeah, Warwick has no buffs, so I'm thinking he got killed and gave them to someone else. No. They just timed out, and then he decided to come gank without buffs. Okay, sure. Well, he did have an exhaust, so I guess that kind of is the same thing as a red buff in the way of slow. But yeah, it's really not good enough to get the kill. Doing a little bit of harassment here. Going to heal back up his own life, and Blitzcrank doesn't have a heal in and of itself. So no integrated heal there, and another camping trick here from Shaco. Going to stand around until he decides, well, let's run into the lane and then go invisible. Obviously Blitzcrank going to just farm, and Shaco is going to run to this bush and then come from here. Tryndamere, of course, not entirely stupid, does understand what's going on. And nothing is going to happen here. Oh yeah, now the war timed out, but yeah, we now saw how this Shaco likes to play, and that we really shouldn't be scared of him. So Shaco once again in the lane, and once again doing no damage at all with his attempt at a gank. I have no idea what he's trying to do here. But he is leeching a lot of experience, and he is wasting a lot of his blue buff here. So he is level 6, well, they're all level 6. Except for Blitzcrank, who is already level 7. So the jack in the box going down, and that means that the ganks are now going to be harder for our Warwick. Unless the trap gets triggered before then, and that's what Tryndamere should do once he knows that there are no enemies around. He should just trigger the trap and make sure that it dies. Oh man, stop camping already. Yeah, I think this will help in, well, in Shaco not camping anymore, because he's now going to die. No, not entirely die, because he has too much mana and too many cooldowns. Too much cooldown reduction, I should say. And yeah, it's going to do a little bit of extra damage. Every time he uses the Deceive just to get the little bit of extra damage in, which is definitely not what you want to use it for. And yeah, there goes the... oh, the turret already timed out. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Actually going to get out of all of that with his ultimate. And no, it's this one. Oh, he did get the right one. He just didn't have enough enough damage. Warwick, come on, go, go, snipe him. Thought you could see him with the Warwick blood scent, but no, apparently not.
An enemy has been slain.
So an enemy has been slain in the bottom lane. The two friends of our Tryndamere apparently dominating this bottom lane. Well, Lulu Timo, yeah, 2 Yordles has to be OP, right? I mean, if you're that attuned to each other, you have to be very powerful. So Tryndamere taking down this this minion wave by just auto attacking it, and yeah, if Shaco comes by here once again, which I wouldn't find very strange, but I would find it very strange if all of a sudden he didn't do that. But yeah, he has to watch out for the kind of, well, the damage that Shaco is eventually going to do. Obviously now he wasn't very scary yet, but he is going to be scary at some point. Tryndamere just continuing on farming. There's nothing to be said for that. It's always good to farm. And Shaco was over here, he still is. And yeah, he's now trying to hammer away at this dude with an amount of damage that really doesn't matter at all. So Kart is starting off with his first item, Magi Soul Stealer. Are there any other strange pickups? Ludo not going for support items at all. That is kind of strange. And for the rest, well, yeah, Blitzcrank already Riddle's Lantern completed, boots level 1. And that's because he started off with cloth armor and potions. That's why he went into Riddle's Lantern. It might have always been his choice to go for that, but it's not necessarily the strongest choice. It is in fact a very safe choice, but it is not a very good choice for yeah, for someone like Blitzcrank, who needs a lot of mana regen, and yeah, that item really doesn't provide him with anything except for a little bit of lifesteal, but without the damage that you need to get that lifesteal. It's going to be like 9, 10, 11 lives per hit, and that's not a whole lot. So yes, 12% lifesteal of 110, so that's like 12 health. It is in fact 13 health, of course, but Yeah, well. But yeah, 13 health isn't going to do a whole lot if one hit from Tryndamere gets you down by 130 health. Because then you have to hit 10 times to make up for that one hit. And yeah, that's why you really... Yeah, it is a safe choice, of course, because it has the armor and it has the lifesteal, but it is not really the best choice for some of these champions. Obviously it's a lot better on someone like Teemo, who can keep attacking the enemy at every time, or at every point in time, and losing one minion to the turret at least, not picking up the rest. So Tryndamere just keeping on farming. Not a whole lot to say for that, or about that, and unfortunately I cannot go watch this bottom lane, which seems a lot more interesting, because they have been pushing the enemies out of the lane all game. And we are going to... Oh, we're just too late to see this kill. I don't know what the point here was. Why he is between two turrets. Why he's turret diving there. And yeah, there we go. What's her name is coming in? Leona. And Leona is not going to be able to do a whole lot. Oh, not using the cleanse there, even though that was the moment for the cleanse. And he is going to get out of there, no problem. Oh, actually uses his ultimate here. He wasn't sure how much damage that ultimate from Ziggs was going to do. And Ziggs is also a champion that I haven't done in quite a while. It is, yeah, it used to be a very good champion, so I'm assuming he still is a very decent champion. Even though they nerfed his minefield. But I guess he's one of those champions that you need to play, well, for a little bit before you actually master all of the tricks you can do with him. And people just aren't really interested in playing one champion over and over, because there are 100 champions to choose from. That's why the simple champions are played a lot more than the complex champions, with the exception maybe of someone like Kennen, Lee Sin, because they are just very, very good. But Kennen definitely also a champion that you need to play a couple of times before you actually manage to, well, get all of those little details out of him. All of those nice little tricks you can do with him. So Tryndamere already getting up to a decent amount of damage, 174 damage. I don't know what his critical chance is here, but he is of course based on critical chance, 24%. Well, 22%. Well, it was 24 and then it jumped to 22. So I'm not actually sure what the actual value is. But he gets out. Once again in some trouble, but got out okay. So yeah, Tryndamere is, it seems like a really easy character to play, but it really is pretty hard to stay alive, especially in the early game when you don't have your ultimate yet. And then even if you use your ultimate, you have to go back every time you are low, because, well, you do have a heal, but it's not really super duper effective. Oh, come on. Yeah, that guy had to go down. So still has his ultimate, and he is going in here. No problem yet. Still alive. Come on, get the dudes. So getting the kill. Going to get another kill here and going to get out with his ultimate. Come on. Run. Run. Oh, is he going to lifesteal enough? No. no, 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 no. Blitzcrank coming in to finish that off. Lulu making a big play mistake there. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you anymore, but he used the shield when he was using his ultimate, and that is completely useless. So he had only like half the shield left when when they started attacking him. And although in this case it made no difference, did she just get that ultimate back, or was that always there? I was assuming it wasn't there because she wasn't using it. But if that was already up, yeah, well, it was probably up, because otherwise, why or when would she have used it? No, she would have used it in that team fight. It must have just come up. I'm not assuming that someone who plays Lulu doesn't understand that if Tryndamere is going to die, you need to ult him. Especially because Tryndamere would have killed both of the enemy champions with 300 extra life. Because the 300 extra life gives him the ability to lifesteal a little bit more with 20 life for each hit. Yeah, that is pretty decent, of course. That's a pretty decent amount. Because he has a lot of attack speed. Oh, sorry. I was keeping an eye on top. So that if someone came there, I would be able to switch right away. But yeah, then I clicked to change the view on this, and that really didn't work out too well. So big trade going off in here. It was a 3-for-4 trade, so it's not a good trade for them. And Tryndamere up top, destroying the turret there. But the enemy team is going to take out this middle turret. Tryndamere now coming into mid, which is kinda risky. He does have all of his skills up. We currently are at 5, 4, 2 and 2 in the ultimate. At least I'm assuming, yep. So Tryndamere coming in here and going to kill the Ziggs instantly. He can now pretty much kill the entire team. He does need a little bit more damage, like an Infinity Edge, to well, deal with the entire enemy team. But he will be able to do quite a bit of damage. And no, nothing happening for now. Well, there goes the ultimates from Lulu. I don't know who she targeted. Oh, Warwick was targeted. And yeah, she does go down herself. I think she just randomly clicked someone. Yeah, 1-for-1 trade, but Blitzcrank goes down eventually to the Teemo. Oh, Cards, dude. Cards has been sniped so many times already. 1 and 4. I wonder if he even has a stack on his Magi. So he has 3, huh? It's not too bad. It's not great either, but yeah, well, what are you gonna do, right? So, going back to the top lane, even though the turret is already gone. Going to pick up all of these minions. And yeah, that extra gold might actually get him close to his Infinity Edge, because he must, yeah, he already can afford it. Zeke's Herald, one of the items of choice. Okay, sure. So Tryndamere really a hyper carry, which means that without items he's pretty useless, but with items he is super strong. And that's all thanks to the fact that he has the Undying Rage, so his ultimate. Because the ultimate allows him to stay in fights for longer than his life will allow. So it's an extra 5 seconds you get, and 5 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but the 5 seconds means that you cannot die for 5 seconds, that's one. But also you can lifesteal for 5 seconds if the enemies are still there. Or, well, if anything is still there. So you can lifesteal for 5 seconds and then you can heal because it generates fury. Which means that you can heal yourself up. And then you can go and lifesteal again. So the 5 seconds may turn into like 7 or 8 seconds of staying alive. And that is a very, very big deal. So I'm pretty sure that Blitzcrank will have been out of here. Yeah, he is indeed gone. And yeah, it's a good try to go top lane to try to snipe someone, but you have to be smarter than just running in when they are already running back. Finding Leona here, and Leona is going to get owned. There we go, and getting the Ziggs for free. Ultimate going down, and he is going to, kill. No, who did he kill? I don't know if he killed another one. Was that a triple kill? No. So, Cart is flashing in, but not able to reach this at all. So they did get 4 for 2. That's a good trade. Teemo 7 and 3, that's pretty impressive. And he is going the Melody with a Matter's Blood Razor. And I like that. I do that all the time. The Matter's Blood Razor does... it adds attack damage, but that's not the main thing. It adds attack attack speed. I mean, it adds magic damage to your attacks, equal to a percentage of the enemy's health, total health, maximum health, I should say. But yeah, combining that with the what's it called? The Melody. The Melody actually reduces the magic resist, so the combination of the two is really good, because your magic damage that you do with the not only your normal basic attacks, but also with the Blood Razor, is amplified by the fact that you have the Melody, that you're attacking with the Melody. So the enemy team is here. 4 out of the 5, all 5 of them are here. Never mind. All 5 of them are here, and Tryndamere really is the one that needs to engage on this. But not right now, obviously. He needs to wait for the opportunity to actually do something. And that is probably now, because Graves is all alone. And there are 2 more coming up, but that's not going to be good enough to stop him from killing Graves, or at least keeping Graves occupied so that he doesn't have anything to do in this team fight. Oh no! No, the rest of his team just completely failing there. And that is very unfortunate. It was a good engage. He kept Graves out of the team fight for a very long time, well, for the entire team fight. And yeah, the rest of his team did nothing. And finally the ultimate coming out from Warwick, but yeah, since there was no turret fire on that on his target, it wasn't really necessary to ult him. They could have just gone for a little bit of harass first and ult him at the moment he took turret fire. But yeah, well. Card says no ultimate, guys. It says here, if it's light green like with Teemo, then they have an ultimate up. Otherwise, they don't have an ultimate up. Or did he? No, he immediately cast it and I didn't see it, I think. Yeah, that is indeed the case. He did cast that because he got a double kill. He got Graves and Shaco. Graves scores all due to Tryndamere, and unfortunately Tryndamere is not going to get an assist on that because it was too long ago. So all of the ultimates are coming up now. Everyone except for Kart is ready with their ultimate. And once again catching someone completely off guard and not using the cleanse to engage further into the attack. He wants to use the cleanse to get out of the situations, so that means you're not going to be able to use it to engage on this Leona now. So he is going to spin away, and Blitzcrank missing his grab there. That would have been very painful if that actually hit. But unfortunately it did not. So enemy team might be going for Baron. Yeah, I think they're definitely considering it. Okay, they decide not to go for Baron then. And they are coming back into the mid lane. So the entire team is here, the entire enemy team is over here, and I don't think a lot will happen. Oh, Blitzcrank making a big mistake there. But yeah, the Lulu once again going down. She was, well, the Blitzcrank grabbed her, but yeah, then the entire team collapsed onto Blitzcrank. And yeah, now there is no protection anymore, so this is going to be easy mode. No, oh, yeah, not protecting the Karthus here. Karthus will go down. There we go. And yeah, this should be the last one. Come on. No, he didn't go there. He would have triggered the mushroom. He's over here. Are they going to be... Oh, he's not chasing him? What? Oh, that is such a waste. He could have easily gotten him. But they're going to go for Dragon. Which is a fine target to go for after killing 3 of the enemies, sorry. No, hang on. Blitzcrank died, Ziggs died, and Graves died. So at least 3. Shaco stayed alive, and Leona I'm not sure. No, not sure. Yeah, if Tryndamere was paying attention, he would know that... yeah, now he's here. See? Yeah, he would know that he would have triggered that that mushroom. So he should have gone over here, because that was the best route for Shaco. And then when he saw him at Dragon, he should have immediately ran there. Just ignore the minions and immediately go there. But that was an excellent move by Shaco. It's definitely impossible to chase that right away, because nobody expected that. And going to get out for now. But oh, his allies are all so dead. So only Warwick is still alive, well, and Tryndamere himself, of course. And I don't know what's going to happen over here. But yeah, 2 versus 1, that's never a good deal. Tryndamere healing back up. Going to heal back up on the wolves now. And that should work out just fine. So has his Infinity Edge plus Phantom Dancer and Vampiric Scepter, so he can now build his Vampiric Scepter into something that gives a little more lifesteal, such as the Bloodthirster. And since he's 10 and 3, yeah, you can safely say that he doesn't die a whole lot anymore. Or not anymore, but he doesn't die a whole lot. So he can safely get the stacks without having to recharge them every time. So going for the red buff, completely full health again. And yeah, the cards is going to take out all of these minions. Except for the big one. He has to run all the way back for that. Does get it in the end, so that's good for him. And Tryndamere just continuing on. We see the enemies all in the jungle here. So Lulu completely going in first and going to die really, really quickly. And should have given that ultimate to someone else while staying back. Oh yeah, he is going to die. Yeah, we saw all the enemies in the jungle, and that was just a very, very bad engage in the fight. So Tryndamere now has Zeke's Heralds, which adds 15% cooldown reduction and 12% lifesteal, as well as attack speed and health. But yeah, it's mainly the come on, the lifesteal that matters here. Yeah, they are going to be able to defend here, but they're not going to engage on this enemy team. Cards really need some magic resist, man. He has 7 stacks, so the Soul Stealer is worth it. Even though he died so many times, at least I think he died so many times. Yeah, 4 and 7. 11 assists, so... yeah, it is time that they finally get a nice team fight off, and yeah, once they have one good team fight, they can actually just push for the win, because they already are at the inhibitor turret here. So if they just push mid now, force the fight, and go from there, they should be able to get one decent fight off. They keep getting caught in the jungle and keep... yeah, well, Lulu keeps engaging the fight, meaning that she has to ult herself down and shield herself, and what she needs to do is stay back, ult Tryndamere before he ults, or after his ult has worn off. But yeah, make sure that that slow stays in the fight, and make sure that the HP is, well, stays in the fight as well. Oh, nice. Turns around immediately upon seeing the enemies, and they are going to see if the enemies are doing this. Yeah, the enemies are all in here. Oh no! Wow. Then wow, they had a good chance there to pick off the Leona. They still have a decent chance to pick her off, and there she is. She's going to die near instantly. Oh, the Ziggs doing so much damage there. So ultimate going down from Tryndamere. Is he going to pick up all of these kills? Yes, they are going to pick up a whole bunch of kills. So 4 for 3 here, but the 2 remaining are really, well, damage heavy champions. The one remaining on the enemy team is Ziggs. Ziggs, who has Thornmail, which is really not what you want to build on Ziggs, because Ziggs is all about the damage, man. But yeah, he feels that he gets sniped quite a lot, so he is 8 and 4, so he's not really sniped that much, but feels that it is a good investment apparently. But here you see the problem, it doesn't really do anything. With extra life or spell vamp, he would have been able to do a lot better than with that Thornmail. Because yeah, half the damage that is done in this game is magic damage, and it only helps against, well, it only has armor, so it's only useful versus physical. And then of course you have the problem that the the thing you pay for, well, the thing you don't pay for, but you get for free. The ability, the special ability, that the one that damages your opponents for attacking you, yeah, that doesn't do anything. I mean, 30%, are you kidding me? That is just weak sauce. Tryndamere has lifesteal and will be able to lifesteal just as much back as you do to him. Plus, they normally have a much larger health pool than Ziggs has. Obviously, if you're Cho'Gath and you have like 1,000,000 health, then it might be useful. So a great ultimate there from what's her face, the Leona, but no follow-up at all. That was kind of fail. So Teemo, 2 mushrooms out, that's it. Oh, there are mushrooms here and here. But yeah, there need to be more mushrooms, and he does have them. He has 3 mushrooms available. He needs to place more mushrooms, because the mushrooms are what makes Teemo such a useful character for his team. He has one here now, and I like it. I didn't know I could actually click here and get the champion. Okay, it doesn't focus the champion, but it does give me the ability to actually watch what they're building. Oh. Sorry about that. Accidentally right-clicked. Oh wow, once again Leona incoming. And Leona completely on her own. And she... Oh, Graves, come on! They don't get the Graves. They have to move out now. Finally, a good ultimate from Lulu, and I think Tryndamere was a little bit too afraid to re-engage there. He could have done very well. Teemo is going to engage here and is going to get the kill on this guy, and then maybe get... Yeah, they are going to get the... Yeah, him. Shaco. And... Wow, Lulu actually staying alive. Actually staying back this time and staying alive. So yeah, this is what Tryndamere needed to do earlier. He needed, because he had the like 450 extra life there, the 300 from the ultimate and the shield he got, he should have re-engaged immediately, gotten a bunch of life, and yeah, then just keep on fighting. But Teemo engaged, and Tryndamere, no hesitation at all, re-engaged as well. Excellent job, and they did get the results from that, as you could see. So getting 2 extra kills out of that, and the rest of the team is back up. So 300 minions on Tryndamere now, which is by far the most. It's not even close. 220 is the next one, which is Teemo. Teemo is so great at farming. He's really amazing farmer. And yeah, that's exactly what you want to do with him. But that's also what you want to do with Tryndamere. As I said in the beginning, Tryndamere is a really yeah, a hard carry, as they call it, meaning that he needs the items to do damage. But if he gets items, he's virtually unstoppable. And the enemies, yeah, they are going for Baron, or they did Ward Baron. They didn't want to go for it yet, but no, Cortus! Can you skip a wall like that? That is so unfair. So skipping the wall of pain by just quick drawing through it. Quick draw is such a random name for a skill that's actually a flash. So, who's going to overextend on the enemy team? Lots of wards and yeah, things in the bushes. It's kind of funny that way. I mean, we have a Teemo, we have Shaco, And of course we have a lot of wards out. Well, the ability to have wards out. But yeah, it's kind of funny that the map becomes littered with all these items. So yeah, time to engage, guys. Time to push for the win. Because we already know you're going to win. Because otherwise you wouldn't have sent me this game. No, I have no idea. Some people send me games where they lose, which is also fun to have every now and again. I mean, even if you're doing well, it doesn't mean that you have to win. And yeah, it's all about whether you think you were doing well, and maybe you were wondering why you lost. I mean, most of the time you can say, oh, Leona missing her entire ultimate there, and that is going to be huge. This time the good ultimate from our support here, and Ludo actually picking up a kill there, but an excellent ultimate making sure that Tryndamere can do whatever he wants. He got 300 extra health there, and yeah, is going to do a whole lot with that. As you could see, that's how you use your abilities. And yeah, now it's a 4 for 2 trade, so we're definitely coming into that region where Tryndamere becomes unstoppable. And yeah, of course you still need to have the nerve to actually go in there and go kill them, but he is so strong. He has a lot of lifesteal now. 15% lifesteal, and that is a big deal, because obviously with that lifesteal you're going to stay alive in team fights. Yeah, you're going to just own the whole enemy team. So yeah, not a whole lot happening now. I just thought they would have finished it, but apparently not. Apparently they want to go for Baron now. Or what? So this is for 60 more seconds. That is a terrible place to recall. But okay. She gets out safely. But this is mostly a place that's warded, so, and indeed there is a clairvoyance going down, so that's a place that people actually keep an eye on, and you're going to recall exactly there. So they need to go to Baron and at least ward it. That's the very least they can do. But I don't think the enemy team can actually do Baron, unless, oh well, now Graves is reasonably fed, so it's all good. Timo needs to place some mushrooms or something like that. Oh, there is a mushroom over there, but it doesn't actually see the Baron. And Tryndamere just bought Oracle's elixir and all of the other elixirs because he has a full build. He's done. The only thing you can do now if you have this build is sell your boots and get an extra Phantom Dancers. Phantom Dancer? Yeah. Get an extra Phantom Dancer. That sounds better. So of course with the one extra Phantom Dancer you get the movement speed you get from the boots, or at least most of it, but you also get way more yeah, I zapped away just as he got caught. But yeah, you get the extra attack speed as well, and of course the critical strike, and yeah, because his critical strike chance is now 63%. But it can actually turn into 100% if you go for that extra Phantom Dancer. And excellent ultimate from Warwick this time, going for the carry, and is he going to manage to, yeah, taking out Ziggs, no problem. And needs to get in here to do the damages.
An ally has been slain.
And where did Shaco go? That is the big question. Why isn't he engaging? He still has his ultimate up. Come on. So, meanwhile, in the enemy's base, this is happening. So, yeah, they took out 2 champions, including Graves, so you can be pretty sure they're not doing Baron. Although Shaken can do a lot of damage to Baron as well. But yeah, they have to defend their base here. And that means that our team can now do Baron. And should do Baron. Especially since he has an Oracle's Elixir. Yeah, I normally call it Oracles, but that's not a multiple, it's... yeah. It's called Oracle's Elixir, so the Elixir of the Oracle. So yeah, they are going to do Baron here, and he can pretty much solo it, but it'll take a long time. And getting that, no problem. So, enemy trying to come in and see what's going on. And I think Blitzcrank is still in there. No, he ran out. Shaco also in here somewhere. Well, around here somewhere.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon.
So yeah, they did get a Baron out of that inhibitor kill. So that's excellent. Because without the inhibitor down, they would have never gotten the super minions and the enemy wouldn't have to defend so much. Oh wow, 4-shotting the Graves and then getting out of here. Needs to heal up on some minions. Come on, go to the raids. Other raids, dude. These raids. So yeah, they are going to kill everyone now. Because obviously they are a lot stronger. Even though the kills don't really reflect that. It was 44 to 40. Unfortunately, we couldn't see the amount of money because no spectator mode. But I hope you enjoyed. It was definitely an interesting game, showing you how to play Tryndamere. And as I said, Tryndamere is the champion of the week in the Chaincast. So send me your games with Tryndamere and make it a nice title that says LoL Chaincast Tryndamere, something like that. Spectator mode on, doing AP Tryndamere, AP Jungle Tryndamere. I don't know. Make it up. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.